Hey everyone, how you doing today? We've brought back a meal from Roofstock. You should like that. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing very well. People are really liking our weekly chats about different markets. So I'm curious, what market are we talking about today?
Yeah, I've noticed the same thing. I see each video kind of getting more and more views, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Today we are talking about Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, very cool. All right, Columbus, Ohio. I would guess, let me think. It would be really close between Alabama and Ohio, which state I hear more of. But I think Columbus. Yeah, as a city goes, I bet you I hear about that one a lot. So I look forward to seeing what you have.
Yeah, both high cash flow states, so attracting a lot of investors for sure.
Very cool.
And this was one I saw in the comments a couple times. So again, just a reminder, if anyone wants us to cover a specific city, just leave a comment and we'll start tackling them one by one.
Very cool. And last thing before we get into the stats and all of this, one thing you should know about Roofstock is they are a partner of this channel, one rental at a time. And as you will see in the description below, there is a link. If you use that link to sign up, you will get $1,000 back should you purchase something on the site. Again, I would recommend using the link just to learn, watch all the variables, get a feel for what's going on in different markets. And that way, heck, if you buy something, you also get some cash back. So Emil, what kind of stats do we have for Columbus, Ohio?
All right, so starting with the census data. So the greater MSA population, the MSA name is just Columbus, Ohio. Greater MSA population is 2.1 million,
Ooh.
ranking it at number 32 in the country.
I think that's the first one we've done over 2 mil. So okay, 2.1. All right.
And then city population is 900,000, which pegs the city population at number 14.
All right. So that's okay. All right.
MSA population growth since 2010 is plus 12%. So
Oh,
seeing some nice population growth over the last 9 or so years.
yeah. So 12% means you're not only having kind of the birth death kind of mix, right? More birth than death, but you also have some just organic population growth. So that's interesting. Probably some big employers and whatnot, which I'm sure we'll talk about later. But yeah, that's wow, 12% growth, 2.1 million people, 900 in the city. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, this is probably why it's popping up on a lot of people's radar. Not only cash flow, but the population is growing pretty
Yeah.
solidly.
Very cool.
City population growth up even more, up 14% since
Oh,
2010.
okay. Wow.
All right, moving on to median household income, we're at 67,207 according to the census data from 2019.
That is far more than I expected. Because I think when we did Alabama, it was Birmingham, right? I think or no, yeah, Birmingham. I
Yep.
think it was like 53 or something. So it's 67 in Columbus. Okay.
Yep. And we're gonna talk about it later as to why, and it has to do with the employer stuff you're talking about.
Ah, see, I knew it. Okay, cool.
So I'll just drop that little
A
foreshadow
little
and we'll get
tease.
to it.
Yeah, just go through your order. Don't make me have you jump around. It's cool.
No problem. All right. So the housing stock, number of single family homes in the greater MSA, 877,000 according to John Burns, and 36% of those are rents or occupied.
Oh, 36% rentals. So that would be 64% owner occupied.
Correct.
Wow. Okay. So that supply, I mean, if you are a landlord, there's not a supply out there. Because I think that a couple of the stats we did, they were more like 50-50 or 55-45. This one's so far, Columbus is very different than the other cities we've talked about.
Yeah. So we started with Birmingham, and that was about 50-50. And then I think Indianapolis was around 40% renter occupied.
Okay.
Or was it Jacksonville? What did we do last week?
I don't know, but folks, there's a playlist on this channel, so you can go check it out.
Okay, there you go. That one, wherever we did last week, that was 30%. So ticking up a little bit to 36% for Columbus.
All right.
So moving on to 2020 single family permits. This is an estimate from John Burns. So permits to build single family homes, 5,152.
Yeah.
Which
so not even 1%.
Right. And what the interesting one here though is that is up 24% year over year.
Yeah, that's kind of law of small numbers, right? So if you're at 5,100, it's 20% up. That means you were at 4,200 the year before. It's still up. I
Correct.
mean, but it's up 800 units. But still,
True.
that's
True.
interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so moving on to home price and rent data. So median single family home price in November of 2020, according to Zillow, was 186,000.
Yeah, that's what I would have guessed. Okay. All right.
So up 11.4% over the last 12 months.
Wow. Okay.
Median single family rent, according to John Burns, estimated for 1,311 for 2020.
All right. So 186K purchase, again, median for median, right? 186, 1311. You have a 67K. Now, I guess that makes sense why there's such a high owner occupant. Because again, if median income is 67 grand, median price 186, it doesn't take a lot, to buy the average home, right?
Right.
Okay. And then
Yeah,
rent's
still seems like a very
1311.
affordable place.
Yeah, seems
Yep.
like. Yeah.
Year over year rent growth
Mhm.
up 3.9% on single family.
Oh, wow. All right.
And single family gross yield is averaging around 8.5%, according to John Burns. Last data point from John Burns: home occupancy rate 92.9%.
Yeah, I gotta go research John Burns and see what he means by that. I'm guessing that means primary residence. I'm guessing versus second or vacant homes or vacation homes and all of that. It would shock me if, let's say, 8% of the homes are vacant. But again, maybe I don't understand what that number is, so I have to go look that up.
Yeah, and so I have his data up. So
Okay.
this is he called home occupancy rate, and that's based on historical home occupancy data provided by Rent Range. So it doesn't quite give us
All
the
right.
answer you're looking for, but that's where it's coming from.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I wonder if that's a combination of owner occupied plus rentals, just all the housing stock, how much of it is just vacant compared to
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
occupied.
Right. Yeah. If I own two homes, for example, one of them would be declared vacant, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know.
Unless you
Eight.
have it
That's
rented out.
Yeah. Of course. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Eight. Okay. 8.5%. That's interesting. Right. Or vacant. 92% occupied. Okay.
Okay, so moving on to the qualitative stuff. So we'll start with employment, move on to rental market stats, and then we'll finish with the fun quality of
Ha
life
ha ha.
accolades. All right, so employment stats. So this is kind of what we were alluding to earlier. Columbus is home to some of the world's largest businesses: Private Research and Development Foundation, Battle Memorial,
Hmm.
Chemical Information Clearinghouse Chemical Abstract Service, and NetJets, with largest fractional ownership of jet aircraft fleets in the world. And so what's really happening, what I think is driving up the median household income, is that high tech plays a major role in the Columbus economy. Both Fortune and Lending Tree
Hmm.
ranked Columbus the #1 city for tech jobs.
Oh, wow. Number one city for tech jobs.
Yeah, and I believe that was that was a 2019
Number, huh?
article. Yep.
I've never heard of any of my tech friends in Columbus, Ohio. I guess I got to ask more questions.
I hadn't heard about this either, but I was speaking to somebody the other day, another investor looking for out of state, and they had spent some time in Columbus and said that, yeah, there's this blossoming tech scene happening there. And I had no idea. So this
Ah,
was news to me as well.
okay. I have to look into that because if you get tech jobs, right, if that takes off, it's clear, right? I've been in the Bay for 50 years, and
Mm-hmm.
once that momentum goes, tech jobs are like magnets. They attract more and more, right? It's kind
Right.
of weird.
Yep.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, and prices won't stay at 186 if tech takes off. Let's just be clear.
Very true. Very true. There's another company or media company, Smart Asset. They called Columbus the #1 American city to work in tech.
Oh,
And
wow.
then Wallet Hub called Columbus the 8th best city for STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math jobs. So seems like a lot of science and tech blossoming in Columbus.
Okay. Yeah, I've checked that out.
Columbus has 5 Fortune 500 companies headquartered there: American Electric Power, Cardinal Health, L Brands, Nationwide, and Big Lots.
Okay. All right.
And then just going along the startup accolades, Columbus is one of the 10 rising cities for startups, according to Forbes.
Makes sense. Again, that's the tech job, right?
Mhm.
Where there are tech jobs, there are startups.
Exactly. All right. So moving into rental market stats, over the past 3 years, average rents in Columbus have grown by more than 12%.
Okay.
The most affordable neighborhoods for renting include Greenleaf, Willow Creek, and Beechwood, where rents average less than $700, and that's according to Rent Cafe.
Okay.
And the most expensive areas of Columbus to rent include Necco, Peach District, and Waneland Park, which average rents run $1,773 per month.
Oh, wow. That's quite a range.
Yeah, huge range.
Yeah. Okay.
Super wide.
700 to 1,700.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then the quality of life, which is kind of just the nebulous, random accolades that different publishers will give a certain city that we like to pull just for fun.
Mhm.
So Business Insider ranked Columbus as the 8th best city for millennials, where housing is affordable and jobs are strong.
Nice.
According to Realtor.com, Columbus is one of the best cities for new grads to live, work, and find a mate.
And find a mate,
And
he says. Yes.
Yeah. Fun little addition at the end there, Realtor.
There you go.
And after they found a mate, there's no reason to move. CNBC says Columbus is among the 10 best cities for young and growing families.
Wow. Columbus has got some stuff going for it, I think.
Yeah, definitely some strong accolades from, big publishers, not like small companies mentioning that.
And again, 2.1 million people in the MSA, 900K in the city. The only number I would have gotten right was the median price. I was going to guess like 190, which I would, I give myself one on a 186. I call 190 close enough, but I would never have guessed it was that big. Never heard about tech jobs. Nashville, I would have guessed, or Indianapolis, would have been great for millennials. I'm not sure I would have called Columbus. This is why I love doing this. It's just more cities I should check out, right? Just interesting stuff. You got any more good data for us?
That's all I had, but I agree with you. This stuff's fun for me too, because I learn a lot as I'm compiling all the data. So it's fun for me. I like learning about all these different cities and what's going on.
Very cool, man. Well, folks, do me a favor. If you want to check out Columbus or other cities we've talked about, there's a link below. Sign up with it. If you buy something, you get $1,000 back. And Emil, have a great New Year's, man. All right.
Thank you. You too, Michael.
All right. Take care.